Alright, so Protoss versus Terran. Yeah, the Steve, we're gonna do a best of 69 with Beefsty Cutie. Yeah, Beefsty Cutie is gonna be random. It's gonna be awesome. So the last game I played more of a gateway play for Terran, more late game macro. This one's gonna be a little different. You know, this Protoss versus Terran versus Die 6, who's doing a standard supply depot Rex. Except he is going faster gas. This is not too common right here in regards for a standard command center opener. This is a little bit more like factory 111 upgrade, or Widow Mines, Cyclones, Banshees, Ghost. A couple little things that you can go with that second gas. But I come in, make a pylon right here. The pylon is for the cannon rush or for the counter to a proxy racks. I'll explain that on a different video. So right here, kind of just seeing how he's gonna react. He's pulling SCVs. I'm blocking my cannons at least some surface area by making 2 pylons. This SCV is trying to go for this probe. I don't want to lose 100 resources, so I canceled that one. Make sure I don't overproduce pylons. I actually let that one go up. That was a nice little touch that Terran did. He actually got in front and oh, he done messed up right there, and threw the little bomb out for that extra damage. I didn't want my probe to die so quickly, so I can make a temporary pylon to kind of make sure I'm getting some of this. I'm blocking the factory from making a tech lab by making the pylon here at the factory side, slowing down the soon-to-be tanks. Cancel the pylon after he relocates. At home, we're transitioning, getting our gas. Should be getting our... So right now you're containing the Terran, right? You normally will want to get a command center, get his bunker, feel comfortable, start macroing up, muling up, all that good stuff, and setting up for a timing attack. In this particular case, the Terran player is slightly reactive to what's going on now, making a bunker, making his orbital now, but the next thing he's gonna make is a tank to clear all this out. Now my Zealot's doing some extra annoying. So right here, even though he doesn't take out the supply depot, to me I still have resources that this is going towards anyway. So I might not destroy the supply or disrupt supply for the Terran player, but I'm still messing with his income. Not only am I messing up the income that it takes for the Terran's SCVs to repair the supply depot, but for the SCVs that have to repair the supply depot that should be mining. So you gotta put all that into account. So at home you're getting an expansion, right? So you get an expansion. Normally he can't do anything severe to you because he's still inside his base. But you're continuing to go into Stargate play. Now, when you take an expansion, you want the gas, because this is a gas heavy play. I prefer cannons in the beginning with a couple stalkers and some battery shields, because they're just a little more stronger. They don't lose. You don't lose too much gas on it, where you can get it on the Tempest. So, but at this point, the biggest thing is, the most important part is to get the Tempest out as quick as possible. Because after this part right here, you piss off a Terran, they're going to want to come over to your side and do damage. Right? So they're going to get tanks, cyclones, marines, medevacs, maybe a liberator, zone you out and try to break your natural. Then they're going to take an expansion and feel a little bit more comfortable that they're not so behind anymore. They got to catch up, but it's going to be more easier that I don't have a base. So by this time, they're normally getting a nice good chunk of army that's going to be quick enough, strong enough to beat the standard play, which is like a standard chunk of stalkers, or maybe some adepts and stalkers, maybe a couple sentries. That doesn't do too well versus this composition, especially if they're tanking, turtling, and continually, slowly getting to your front. But with Tempest, the Tempest allow you to at least stay in range and kill things faster. Because look how this stalker died. He didn't even have a chance. That stalker didn't have a chance. And so gateway play is very complicated. And this, after a cannon rush. Look, the tank, he's got bunkers, tanks. He ain't getting in here. Maybe a disruptor. You can get a disruptor, and hopefully you can get the shots. But with Tempest, you're able to at least get in there, get in that battle. Four shots of Tempest for one Cyclone. I believe it's 4 shots. Yeah, 4 shots. Yeah, so now this this contain that he wanted to do damage with didn't do so much damage. You didn't really need a whole lot. You just needed a little bit of defense right here and some Tempest, and you're able to actually not even have to pull workers or feel too panicked. So the faster you can transition after the cannon rush into the Tempest play, at least you have a little bit more breathing room. Now, what I noticed after doing this multiple times is that you don't want to go just Tempest and just go to his door and just knock out there and go, hey, you know, I'm going to start shooting at you. They don't do very well by themselves. So you need some type of a backup, whether it be like stalkers or, you know, archons, something that can help. The other thing is battery shields. Battery shields are the next thing that you would have to accompany them with to really do some good damage. And this is a time where they want to expand. This is where they want to mule up, and so with the Tempest, you're able to kind of like whittle them down slowly but surely. Make sure you got cannons in the right side, maybe 3 or so. These battery shields will help keep the Marines from getting too comfortable aiming at the Tempest. I gotta do better on that. Get a vision, revelation, maybe an oracle. One carrier does a really good job on vision, and he died. No GG. But yeah, we had a nice good economy. All we needed is to continuously pump out Tempest out of 2 Stargates. We could have continued the 3rd base and maybe transitioned into some type of ground play. at that point you can do whatever you feel comfortable in doing, or uncomfortable if you want to try something new with the lead. GG.